Welcome back to TTC Cars. I'm Brian.
And I'm Craig.
And Craig is boomer loving this thing. He's gushing over this, and I'll be honest, so am I. This is our first Mercedes ever to have on the channel, so we're pretty excited about it. It's a 2024 E350 4MATIC, which means it's all-wheel drive, and it's the right ball of porridge. More on that in a minute. 4MATIC has air ride, nautical blue metallic, which is an awesome color, over Tonka brown Napa leather. More on that in a minute. Got a bunch of optional extras. The wheels are $3,000. The super screen package, it's got a lot of TV in that thing. Digital light package, blah, 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 blah. Comes up to $82,450. That's up there, but man, it is, well, we sat in this thing for a second and realized, oh, everyone's chasing this. That's what's happening here. So let's get into it. It has traditional Mercedes styling. It's got the Mercedes nose, which fits the E-Class best. And I have nothing to base this on other than I feel like they start here and design the C and the S around this look.
It feels like it.
Feels like it fits this proportionally better than the others. Nothing against the other two, it's just the sizing proportion ratio. Looks good, traditional grille, the 3-star emblem on the front, love it. Coming around to these wheels, these are beautiful. 21 inch, pretty big, so they're 245, 35, 21. But luckily there's air rides, so it should be good. But look how beefy these gussets are on every spoke. That looks like the strongest wheel. Like that might have been on a G-Wagon and worked off-road. It looks so strong. Wrapped around here are Continentals. These are the Eco Contact 9s. Not a performance tire, but it is good enough for 27 miles per gallon combined. So it does that, even with 21 inch wheels. Coming down the side, again, the blue paint is beautiful. These door handles are nice. They pop out just like that. It says Mercedes-Benz on the inside right there. Traditional pull once you get it open. Lock it back. They're all gone again. That's pretty sleek. I like that. Coming down this side, I don't see a fuel door. Let's check the other side, Craig. Okay, here we are. Well, obviously it's locked. Let's unlock it. Mercedes key. Push to open. There you go, as it should be. Now, you can tell this is an international car because it's diesel in other countries, and that's what that port is for. This is not a capless system, but it is very, very German. Even says Austria on the cap right there.
And then you also know your tire pressures for cold, normal load, maximum load.
Look at that.
Look, just in case you need to know, for driving more than 100 miles per hour, plus 2 PSI.
Okay.
I like the encouragement there.
Very encouraging. And look, I wish we had an Autobahn domestically. We do not. In the rear, you've got the 4MATIC badge because it's all-wheel drive. E350, which used to be a V6. In fact, look over there, Craig. There's an E350 4MATIC wagon, which is stunningly beautiful. This will age just as well, I suspect. Diffuser design in the middle, exhaust tips. Oh, that's a phony, Craig. We got a faker over here. What are we dealing with? Oh, there it is. Oh, we opened the trunk too. Here's right here. There's your exhaust tips right there. Let's see what that sounds like. Okay, I suspect that sounds like almost nothing back here, as a luxury car should, and it sounds like a very quiet 4-cylinder inside. Let's check out under the hood and explain what that is. All right, let's open this exquisite hood, and I love the Mercedes logo on the hood. Look at that, Craig. That's not a sticker, that's an emblem.
It's a good thing to steal.
No. Oh. Under this hood, which is dampened, which is nice, is a familiar 2-liter 4-cylinder paired with a 48-volt mild hybrid system. Behind that is a 9-speed automatic, which Mercedes is sharing with Nissan on some products, so we've driven that before, had good luck with it. 255 horsepower, 295 torque, which is plenty for what this thing should be. Compared to all-wheel drive, it's good for any weather. All that covered, let's see how nice the interior is.
All right, Brian, let's check out the interior of the E-Class, one of my favorite vehicles in the world. And yes, I'm maybe nerding out on it because I'm an old man. You know what? There's a reason old men like nice things. And number one, look, you know how many cars we get that have that and it doesn't work? This one works.
Every time.
That's really nice. So nice big storage trunk, no issues there. We got all our gear in here. We haven't had to put our camera sideways. That's really nice. And much like other sedans, you hit this little button here and the seats fold down. You got plenty of room. Hey, viewer, please buy more cars. These things are nice. I wish we had more of these, and that's pretty cool. Before we move to the back though, because we're bougie, let's just hit the button.
Oh,
just walk away.
Okay.
All right, moving on to the back before we get to the seats. Let's check out this door, and door seal is nice and padded, very good. I love this Tonka brown interior, Brian. Looks really nice. The armrest itself is padded with this nice metal feeling type texture. And you can't put your cell phone in the little door pull because it'll fall down. But
it wedges just right.
Oh, it's designed for the iPhone, whatever that
14,
is.
yeah.
So, and then, but if it does fall, Brian, it falls into a nice felt-lined water bottle holder, and that's really nice. That's really exquisite. Again, look at all this room you get. Like, sedans can be practical. Everybody thinks you have to get a crossover. You just don't. It's a lie. Don't let them lie to you. All right, Brian, get into the seat, Brian. Let's sit down and check it out. This is very nice. The seat is long enough. It gives you enough support on long trips. That's very handy and very convenient. Oh, you get a door handle here on all 4 seats. That's very nice. And Brian, I get rear AC. You don't get that in a lot of sedans, but you do here. Not surprising, little cubby there. And then 2 USB-C outlets. Brian, let's see if I get an armrest. Oh, I do, and it doesn't just flop on the floor. All right, Brian, I get a pen holder.
Okay.
So there's that, but it is in a nice spot. We do have a double pano. We got a option up there and an option here in the back. And Brian, well, it's just like every full-size truck and SUV
with a pano.
On the planet. If there's a pano,
doesn't kill me for sure. So, well, there's that, but I have plenty of legroom though.
Okay, then that's good. You're 6'4" and you're sitting behind your
behind me, actually, yeah,
5'9". So if you're sitting behind yourself, it might be a little bit of a problem.
It's just this part. That's all.
Yeah. All right, moving on to the front, Brian. Let's check out the door, and of course, it's padded door sill because it is in the back. It's going to be up front as well. Nice padded armrest, and the door pull may hold the phone. I don't know. Check it out. Yep, it holds the phone. It falls in that nice felt line little storage
Hard to
bin,
break the screen in that,
which is very good. All right, let's get into the seat, Brian. And Brian, if I needed to adjust the seat before I got in, I would just do it on the door, just like every Mercedes has ever been made.
Headrest included, and also heated and ventilated, and memory for 3 settings on passenger and driver.
And it's interesting that it's in the door because here's what happens. You get in a Hyundai or a Kid and you see that, like, oh, that's really neat. Everybody's chasing this. So Brian, let's just get in here and let's continue the fun. Brian, this Tonka brown interior is great, especially with that blue. What's the name of that blue? Pretty blue, whatever it is, nice blue. But we get a nice, we get plenty of room in here, USB-C, very nice. Let's just move our way forward. Nice cup holders, this works really well, and 2 more USB-C outlets. I could close this bin if we weren't drinking coffee, but you know, we're drinking coffee right now. It's like a nice dial or auto start off button there, pretty cool. So we can start it up, and we get nice 2 big gauges that are easy to read, traditionally on the right, like most Mercedes, and the Speedo on the left. You can configure some of this, and I'll just be honest with you, Brian, there's so many options and features in here. We just don't have enough time quick enough at this.
YouTube doesn't allow it, yeah.
We're at Texas Auto Riders press event, and we just don't have this car long enough to get into all of them. You might be able to tell us more of them than we can, but there's a lot to see here real quick. Brian, you get the traditional Mercedes gear selector on the stalk, which is nice. It's also like a forklift, which is pretty cool. If you drive a forklift,
that's a positive, by the way. That's not not jabbing. We love forklifts.
No. And if you drive a forklift, it's convenient when you get your Mercedes at the end of your shift. It makes sense. So radar cruise control is an option in this one. Yes, it's an option. You heard me right. And you get capacitive touch and hard keys or hard buttons kind of mixed throughout. It's really interesting. So a hard button there, capacitive touch, hard button. Really interesting that they did that. And then you move on to the center. Again, capacitive touch, you kind of slide this, you can get your volume up or down, which actually, you know, it works. But this super screen, Brian, it goes everywhere. So you get all the goodies. So if you're sitting on the passenger side, you can do some things. If you get profiles, you can set them up and do all kinds of fun stuff, maybe help navigate. Look, this is always the navigator seat. You need to have stuff to do. So now you have stuff to do, and that's pretty cool. Menus here are just a ton. What matters more than anything is we've got the Airmatic Ride. We want to check that out and check out the 0 to 60 times.
Speaking of infotainment, we have YouTube on here when you're in park, and you can watch your very own Texas truck channel from your car. Bravo, nice. Mercedes.
All right, Brian, we're in a mild hybrid, but we do have sport mode and we do have some power.
Turbocharged 4-banger and all-wheel drive.
Okay.
And air ride, baby. Here's your vehicle horsepower and torque ratings right here.
Load it, hit it.
Ooh,
okay, good launch.
Good. Shifts at 6,400. We're doing
Overboost is active.
50 and 60 miles an hour.
And whoa, with me in the car, Brian, 6.24.
Really?
Yeah.
That did not feel like that.
No, because it's so quiet here.
It's air ride. Okay, so look, we have become big fans of air ride. If you follow our truck channel, you've seen us comment there because we don't get a lot of air ride cars. Enter Mercedes. This thing rides sublime. It's phenomenal.
Yes.
Really happy with that. The handling is actually better than you think. The body lean it's there for a soft ride and air ride car, but it doesn't need to be a Miata. That's not what it's trying to be.
No.
We'll say with the 21-inch wheels, road noise is a little higher than I thought it would be, but not bad at all.
No, it's not bad.
Definitely the quietest thing we've driven today.
Oh, for sure.
For sure. That's kind of all I've got, other than I love this gimmicky screen over here that we were making fun of a minute ago. You're able to watch YouTube while I'm driving, and I can't see it, which is cool.
But can you see the gauge now?
I can see the gauge now.
Okay, so that's very interesting. I don't know how it does it because I can't tell a difference when I'm sitting here.
Right.
If I have YouTube on, it looks normal. If I have this gauge on, it looks normal.
If you have YouTube on, I cannot see it at all.
which is smart.
And right now you have an engine gauge that gives torque and horsepower readouts.
Which you could use as a driver.
I can see.
Pretty smart.
Cool.
That's what a super screen does.
Yeah, that's what super screen is. Well, Jeep Grand Wagoneer is proud of their screen situation as well.
Absolutely.
There's a difference. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm just going to get back to what we talked about from the beginning of this video. There's a reason everybody's chasing Mercedes when it comes to features. We're seeing it. That's what this is. That's what all these things are in here. And they kind of always just set the bar and everybody follows after.
Yeah, the S-Class, ever since the Top Gear days, it's been S-Class is doing billions of dollars in research every year, and everyone else is chasing 5 years behind.
Exactly.
And that feels like this in an E-Class.
That's exactly what it is.
Yep.
And Brian, last but not least, I think this is what we got to end on. I know it's a short video, but hopefully we'll have this on a longer term test down the road.
Yep.
But Brian, let's end on this. Brian, we've talked about it before, and you mentioned that on the exterior. Proportions wise, the E-Class is where it's at. It just wears the sheet metal the best in the family, and it's just the right size. It's the Goldilocks, if you will, of the cars.
Yep.
And in fact, if you look up in a dictionary what's a car or a car, it should have a picture of this.
It should have a picture of this. It's the right bowl forge, no question about it.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Let us know if you think we're right or wrong on the right bowl of porridge, and if there's something that you would like better than this.
See you next time.